Hello, this is Casper and welcome back to another Umbraco tutorial. Sorry for the very long wait this time, but I've been so busy at work and just haven't gotten around to it. Besides, I did do part 1, 2 and 3 at the same day, so I'm guessing everyone got a chance to watch those. And now here's part 4. And part 4 is of course handling the form post, as you see here, so we can actually take what we have and put it into our into Umbraco. There's one thing I'd like to change, since I've worked quite a bit with creating content in Umbraco this week and last week at my work, and I found a better idea instead of just passing in a new model like this, is to go into here and let me just see with a contact model, and just say contact model, and then call it my model, for example, and that which will be equal to a new contact model. That way, if we were, this is of course just showing the form, so nothing should be taken, but if this was editing the form, for example, edit form, instead of show form, then we would do then we do my model dot email, for example, would be equal to the current page dot get property, and then whatever the property was, it could be what's called user email, for example, if that was the page, and then you would do that like this, and then you would carry on as so. But yeah, we don't need that. What does it have to be? Dot string. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyway, so we're just going to do that, and then we're going to pass in our model, but still it's going to be an empty model, so it won't have changed anything. It just makes things easier this way. And here we're going to handle the form post. One thing I quickly like to do is just add the return type, otherwise I sometimes suspect that Umbraco doesn't compile properly or build the project properly if you don't fix the errors, and there's an error right now with expected this and stuff like that, so we're going to just return to redirect to current Umbraco page. And that takes care of all the errors, and we can Control-Shift-B to build. Right. Let me just see. Let me just open the website I'm in and see what we have. It's a couple of weeks since I've worked on it for you guys, so I do not remember it. Let me just check. Go into Umbraco, and we want to use the contact section, and it shows the form, and then of course now when we submit, we'll do that. So let me just get inside Umbraco here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and contact us has a page title, a name, a site name, yep, and we can create a contact formula, what's in, yeah, and then in here would be some page title, site name, and a doth. What the hell? What's I think I've done something wrong here. Let me just quickly check a minute. Contact page. That has a yep, and nothing on it. Then a contact formula has email, contact name. Okay, it's in the page properties. That's why. Let me just put up into site information. That's probably why I didn't see it. So here, this is a contact page. So of course, just save that. So we right click, create it, contact formula, and here they are. Page title, site name, email from, contact name, and contact message. But of course we don't want to do it from in here. I'll just check in a minute. Right, I just need to see contact formula. I'll just take this off a minute. And grab that and put it over on my second monitor, just so I can see what the aliases are called. And of course I'll show you later, but this is just to make things easier. Right, so we're going to start by finally doing this properly. Let me just check our view a minute, which is the contact form, just make sure everything's okay in there. We have the begin form, we have the test application, controllers, surface controller, handle form post, we have a text box for the email and for the name and for the message. Yep, everything's good there. Yep. Okay, good. Right, let's get into it. So it's the service controller. So here we're going to make a new variable, and we're going to call it new comment. Like this, not just new, because that's a key word, which is equal to I think it's content service. What if I write that a minute? Where is that? Bracco.core.services content service. Nope, sorry, that's not the one. It's content service. Oh, come on, what am I doing? But we don't want to inherit. Okay. Bracco dot. Wait, what did I pull in here a minute? It was the services. Right. Content service, because that's the wrong one I pulled in. I wanted the core.services.content service. It's just services dot yeah, okay, sorry. So services dot content service dot. I'm going to create content. Sorry for the delay there. I don't usually do this syntax by memory. I always have it written down somewhere. But anyway, we open up. So we have a string name. So what would the name be? And that could be anything, but we don't want to give it just the name of, for example, hello, because then every single comment node will be the same thing. Will be the same name. It will be very bad for us actually. So what we'll do is we'll take that away, and we'll take hold of our model, and then we'll grab hold of the let me see. Let's grab the ID, and then concatenate that with a piece of empty string here, and then do model dot name. I think we could do that. Yep, of course there needs to be one of these. Boom, and we're not done, so we'll try that to start with, and then we have here Bracco global blah 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 content parent, and what that basically means is it's easy if we change that to number 2 here and see, okay, the parent ID, so where is this going to go? And this is just basically going to go in the page we are right now, ID, so we just say current page.id. Oh, sorry, bad. Parent.id. That's fine. And we content string as a content type alias. So we'll just put in some string there a minute, and then we're just going to grab this over again. And of course, we can see, well, this is a contact formula we're creating. So we'll go into our info and we'll grab the alias of that. So we'll put that into here. There we go. And we'll do a user ID, don't need that at all, and the second one, no, we don't need. So that's it. I'm pretty sure the ID is correct, otherwise we can just insert it with the with a static number or static value, but this should be fine. Anyway, so we have that, and now we want to say new comment, and then we want to add in the stuff. So we have an email. Sorry, set value. It's a bit late. Okay, so let's just go back a minute. Set value, string property type alias. So the first thing we want is the property alias, and if we open up a minute, that was the wrong one. Well done. There we go. We can see that we have a contact formula, generic properties. So the first one we want to set is the email, and we call the alias email from, and then we'll do comma, and then the object value, and that will come from our model that's passed in, and it will be the email. So like that. Next one, new comment dot set value. And again, we want the alias, so we'll open our page, see what the next one is. Close that down, and it's contact name. There we go. Comma, and of course our model dot name. and another new comment, set value, and we know what this one will be. It'll be model dot message. And I'm not sure. I think I just called it message, but just make sure. No, contact message. See, don't ever trust yourself sometimes. And there we go. Well, that should be it. And now we want to say services dot content service dot save and publish, but with a status. Oh, like that. And then we just want the iContent. Don't know why it's global Umbraco core models iContent content. Basically, what it's saying is we want the content. The rest of this we don't want to think about. So we'll just close it and semicolon. And in here we want our new comment, iContent object as it is, and no problem. So Control Shift B to build, or go to build and then F6, doesn't matter, and we'll try and get it to work. So just to make sure, at the moment we go to contact us, and there's nothing here, absolutely nothing. So what we do is we go to our contact page, press contact again just to make sure the page is loaded, Control F5, it's all good, right. Email is whatever email you want to use, name could be Casper Anderson, and message would be hello world, just for fun. And we submit, and something's there, boom. And as you can see, because we are the way our navigation is structured, we actually get it as a new node. Of course, you can filter that out and just say, well, if you've yeah, okay, I'll show you how to do that now. Let's go to our navigation quickly. This is the only problem by going with the current page and then children and blah 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 blah. So here we can say if, and then we want the item that we're working with, and then dot document type alias is equal to, and what was it called? A document type alias. Oh yeah, there's nothing yet because I haven't reloaded the page, and I'll show that in a minute. It was a contact formula, spelt exactly like that. So yeah, so if that, go back to here, if that's equal to that, then don't do anything. And then, but if it's not that, well then please print out the list. And there, just build it, and hopefully when we go back now and reload, boom, it's gone. So every time we can, so we can do it again, Casper, and do my 66 email, and name is John, and the message is Zoidberg, because I like Futurama. Submit, and it's submitted, but we don't see it. So yeah, now we go into Umbraco, just go into our content, and we reload. We'll now see that we have 2 in here, but I can see I did something wrong, because they are in here, and that's the current page, which was that actually, and just yeah, okay, yeah, I thought it was, of course we're on this page when we create a new piece of contact information. I kept thinking we were there. So what we of course want to do is go back into our service controller and change the parent to just current page.id. That shouldn't be too difficult. There we go. And as you can see, model.id doesn't have anything with it, because if we go to our okay, sorry, you can see here we created 2 and they're both 0, so that means model didn't have anything passed to it, but because we're just telling it the name, it doesn't really care about it. So if we do go, sorry about that, just figure out where I am a minute. Content, no, we want to be here. There we go. So if we go to our contact model, we can see we set the ID there, but we're not actually using it, we're not sending any value. And we could take care of that, but we don't need it at the moment. What you could also do is you could grab the name here. Is that where? Yeah, that's where we're setting it. Instead of doing all that, you can just do model dot name, and then plus, and then space, or one of these, and then plus again, and of course you want something and then comma, but what we want is a date time dot now. Now grab the date right now and add it. So that might be a little bit better. So actually, let's just go into Umbraco. Sorry, there we go, Umbraco, and delete both of these. Delete and delete John as well. There we go. So if we reload now, of course they won't be there, but they are in the rubbish bin. And it's always good to clear the recycling bin. So just right click and say empty. Oh, empty recycle bin. There we go. Yes. So that is it. So let's try again. Now we can join these up again. Actually, I don't need the thing. Oh, that was fun. Okay. So we quickly reload the page a minute. I want to say email again, Casper660, name Casper Anderson, hello from message, and submit, and it's entered, and we can switch back, reload, and now it's part of the contact us, because that's the page we said, and in here it is. And of course, I think I know why that is. I don't think I built it, so Control Shift B, you need to build in here before any changes take effect. So let's just go back. Of course we can reload and nothing will happen here because we need to submit a new form. So we'll just do that. So Control F5 to reload the page, just make sure nothing's in there. And we'll try again. Want to name is Casper, message, yo, submit. We'll go back. We could also just reload the node, but I like reloading the page. There we go. Casper 29th of the 7th, 2005, and then 23:51:36. Just a quick thing I'd like to say, show, is if we go to the web here and say C# date time format, or date format. Sometimes, okay, for example, I might be in Denmark right now, so of course the date time will I think in Umbraco will show one way, and if you're okay, I've chosen it in Umbraco that it should be in English, so of course it shows me the English cultural way of doing dates. But if you're in the United States, for example, where I see a lot of people are watching my videos, most of you are apparently from the United States, so happy to talk to you. Then I know you write the dates in a different way, and if you want to make it a completely third way for your customers, if you're building this for a customer, then this is where you want to go. So you can see here are all the different ways of formatting, and it tells you what to do. So what we do in Denmark is we have the day first from 1 to 31. So that's 2 Ds. So let's just make a new string here a minute. We'll just go. Oh, well done. So we'll say DD, and then we'll want hyphen or whatever you call it. Then we'll want to go down. We want the month, and that is 2 M's, 2 giant M's here. So we'll go MM for the month through 1 to 12, and then we want the year. So that's 4 here. The years are 4 digital numbers. So we'll open. Oh, not that one. That one. So we'll do dash YYY. We'll do space, and then now we want the time. So first we want the hours. So let's see if we can find the hour. That's the minute, the month, the time zone, the hour using a 12-hour clock or a 24-hour clock. We use a 24-hour clock in Denmark. So we'll grab the HH, and then we'll do colon. And then we want the minutes, which is 2 double M's, from 0 to 59. And then if you want the seconds, of course, you can just do another colon. But I like to keep it just at the minutes for now, because we don't want seconds all the time. But you could do, if you wanted to, then just have to do the double S or just the 1S. But I'd do 1S. We don't need 00. I don't think so anyway. But if you want to, of course, that's great. And then what we do is we go back to Umbraco, and then when we enter the datetime.now, we do a dot to string, and then what we put inside here is our new string, and you'll see what happens is, let me just close down that now, when we reload the page minute, oh, I think I built, but Control Shift B just to be certain. No, didn't want that. Control F5 to reload, and now if I do another one, LOL, oi, and submit. That worked fine, and we now go back and we reload the node. There we go. Oh, sorry, no, that's rollback. So close. Reload nodes. There we go. And here it is, and you can see the difference is, well, it's okay. Here it's with the slash. I could do that as well easily, but then here it's 23, 55, and then not the seconds. So of course we know it works. Let me just delete that. That's just ugly for now. So and the good thing about that is because if you have two called LOL, then one of them will be LOL and the other one will be LOL 1. So the first one would be like LOL, and the other one would be LOL 1 like this, and then the next one LOL 2. And this is not good for the back end of Umbraco, and it's not good if you suddenly have 500 of these and you want to find them. So that doesn't work really that well. So yeah. So and the good thing about it is that the date time .now will never ever be the same. You'll never have the same date now as you will then. Of course, it could be 23:55 and then 23:55 still, unless you put in the seconds, then it will never be the same. Unless you have two guys called Casper, for example, that submit at the exact same time, and if you do, then maybe you're quite lucky or have a very successful website. Either way is very well done. But now that I've done the page properly with where to submit this, we should actually be able to just open up our navigation and take away that line of code. But it's useful if you do need to hack around a bit, then you can use this. Control D or Control KD and then build, and we just reload, and it's of course not there. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I will of course come back with a couple more tutorials, many more tutorials, but that's just it for now. Again, if you found this good, bad, anything you liked, that you disliked, give me a comment, give me a like, give me a dislike, whatever you feel like, but please give me some feedback so I know what you think, and if you have any subjects you'd like me to cover in a video, then please tell me. I'd be more than happy to try and accommodate. So yeah, have a nice evening or a nice day, whatever the time is at your place, and thanks for watching. Take care.